Hello students, welcome to another session of Human Resource Management. Here we will be discussing about collective bargaining. Collective bargaining is a joint consultation process. It is a process of give and take that happens between the employer and the employees, representing their concerns through a recognized union. Collective bargaining permits employees to participate in setting terms and conditions of employment through a representative union. In real terms, it is actually a participative process and a consulting technique that is being pressed into service by unions and management to reconcile their conflicting interests. It is also called collective because the employees as a group select representatives to meet and discuss differences with the employer. Collective bargaining is opposite of individual bargaining, which takes place between management and a worker as an individual apart from his fellow employees. Collective bargaining plays a significant role in improving labor management relations. Collective bargaining is the process in which working people through their unions negotiate contracts with their employers to determine their terms of employment. They also bargain for their pay, benefits, hours, leave, job health, safety policies, and ways to balance work and family. It is a way to solve workplace problems. It is also the best means for raising wages. Indeed, through collective bargaining, working people in unions have higher wages, better benefits, and safer workplace. Now, definition of collective bargaining. According to Dale S. Beach, collective bargaining is concerned with the relationship between unions, reporting employees, and employer. In short, I would like to say collective bargaining is a bargaining where employer and employee sit together and bargain related to their policies, procedures, pay, benefits, health benefits, and many other criteria which the employee need or which the employer wants to give. Another definition, according to Flippo, collective bargaining is a process in which the representative of a labor organization and the representative of business organization meet and attempt to negotiate a contract or agreement which specifies the nature of employee and employer union relationship. At last, I could say that by collective bargaining, we mean that it is a collectively bargaining by the union with the employer related to various policies going on in the organization. Collective bargaining is a mode of fixing the terms of employment by means of bargaining between organized body of employees and an employer or association of employees acting usually through authorized agents. Collective bargaining is an important element in industrial relations because collective bargaining helps to make the relationship between the employees and employer smooth. A strong bond between employer and employee contributes to the successful working of the company. Now, what does collective bargaining involve? Collective bargaining involves basically 5 things. First, negotiation. By negotiation, we mean that both the parties are ready to negotiate. They are not rigid, they are flexible to come to a mutual consent. Drafting of whatever from both the parties is required to be negotiated. Administration are representative of the higher authorities who will be helping in taking or negotiating the decisions. Another important thing which involves in collective bargaining is interpretation of documents written by employer, employees, and union representative. And last but not the least, organizational trade union with open minds. Sometimes especially trade union leaders, are so rigid that they are not ready to accept or they are not ready to negotiate. They want everything to be followed as they desire for. But in order to bargain, both the parties should come on a mutual consent, and mutual consent only comes when the trade union leader are with open mind. That is, when they sit to bargain, they should have an acceptance and a mutual consultation and come to a mutual point. Now, there are various forms of collective bargaining. First form is bargaining may be between single employer and a single union. This is known as single plant bargaining. Another form is the bargaining may be between a single firm having several plants and workers employed in all those plants. This form is known as multiple plant bargaining, where employers bargain with the common employer through different unions. What does this means? That an employer, that is one single person, may have different organization or may have different plants of working or manufacturing units, and every unit may have different union leader. And the last is the instead of separate union bargaining with separate employer, all the union belonging to the same industry bargain through their federation with the employers federation of that industry. This is known as multiple employer branding. The most common is the single plant bargaining, where a single employer bargains with a single union, and this is the most effective. There are several, like we have discussed, multiple plants or multiple employer branding, where the union is one but the employer may be different. Now, what are the essentials or prerequisites for collective bargaining? The first foremost is existence of a strong representative trade union in the industry that believes in constitutional means for settling the dispute. That we have already discussed, that the union should be ready to accept or bargain. Next, existence of a fact-finding approach and willingness to use new methods and tools for the solution of industrial problem. Then, existence of a strong enlightened management which may integrate the different parties, like for example employee, owner, consumer and society, or the government itself. And last, agreement on basic objective of the organization between the employer and the employees, and a mutual right and liabilities should be there. No party should take rigid attitude. They should enter into negotiation with a view to reach an agreement. Then only there is a bargaining. Bargaining is only possible when both the parties are ready to negotiate, irrespective of the type of employer or the type of employee or the level of the employer and the employee for which they are bargaining. Now, what is the importance of collective bargaining? Importance of collective bargaining from management or point of view is, it is very helpful to the management because they may have certain criteria to satisfy the employee who are working in the organization. Now, what benefits does labor and trade union have from collective bargaining? They may get their desired fulfill, or they may put in front of the management what they are expecting, and it is a mutual consent between the employer and the employee, and it is a collective effort. No one single person or no one single party is responsible. It is a joint collective bargaining. As the name suggests, it is collectively representation of either the union or the employer who are bargaining for a particular policy or benefits or whatever. From government point of view, since we have discussed the forms, the last form was multi-employer bargaining, where there are multiple employers and union is bargaining. So it has benefits to the government that they can define a fixed policy for a particular union. Advantages. The biggest advantage of this system is that it has a formal agreement. Both sides come to know exactly what to expect from each other and are aware of their rights they have. Employees who enter collective bargaining know they have some degree of protection from the employer, retaliation, or being let go from the job. Even though employers might need to back down a little, this strategy gives them benefit of being able to deal with just a small number of people at a time. This is a very practical in large companies where the employer might have dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of workers on their payroll. Working with just a few representatives can make the issue at hand seems more personal. Now, there may be some disadvantage as well. Now, what are the disadvantages? A major drawback to using this type of negotiation is that even though everyone gets a say in what happens, ultimately the majority rules, with only a few people determining what happens to many. This means that a larger number of people, particularly in the general workforce, can be overshadowed and feel like their opinion doesn't really matter. In the worst case scenario, this can cause severe divisions and hostility in the group. Secondly, it always requires at least two parties, because both the parties has to agree on certain compromises. And last, collective bargaining can also be costly both in terms of time and money. Representatives have to discuss everything twice, once at the small representative meeting and again when they rely information to the larger groups. Paying outside arbitrators or other officials can run up a fairly big bills, and when someone else is brought in, things often get slower and more complex because even more people are involved. Now there is a set procedure of collective bargaining which we will be discussing later. That's all for this session. Thank you.